everyone, it is Violatina Jackie coming to you today to show you how to make homemade croutons. Croutons made from leftover bread. Hold it. Okay, now as you can see, this is leftover breads. All leftover pieces of breads I have. This was an Austrian bread, an Austrian loaf. This was Austrian loaf. This was homemade. I made a homemade bread left over, the crust. Part of a homemade bread left over. Homemade bread left over. Part of an Austrian bread left over. An Austrian bread slice left over. All leftover breads. So you see, you take your plate of leftover breads and you just take them onto your cutting board and chop. So I will show you if I can do it, if I can show you. Okay. Okay. So, you take your bread and you chop it into, that knife's no good. I have a bread knife. I'm going to get my bread knife. If you make an investment for bread, to cut bread, get a good bread knife. This is a good bread knife. What is it? Henckels. J.A. Henckels. J.A. Henckels. Well, you can't see it, but it's J.A. Henckels. It's a good bread knife. And I suggest, if you want a good bread knife, get a good bread knife and it will last you years and years, never wear out. Whereas if you get a cheap one, it will wear out very fast. And a good bread knife can also be used to chop vegetables and things. So a good bread knife is a good investment. So you just go around chopping up your breadcrumbs. Bread cubes. And you take them and you put them on a baking dish. See, a baking dish? Spread it out. Chop, chop, chop. That's the most work there is to making homemade croutons, is chopping the bread. And the cooking time, you have to be careful you don't overdo it or underdo it, you know, because you don't want burnt croutons and you don't want them underdone. So to have them done just right is, I do it at my oven at 325 for about 15 minutes. Put it on the plate. croutons are good. You can have a little bowl full as a snack. You can put them on a salad. Put them as a topping for casseroles. And you can do different flavors. You can make Italian style croutons, which are with oil and salt and Italian seasoning like basil and oregano and garlic. Or you can leave them plain with just oil and salt. Or if you want, I wouldn't suggest leaving out salt because salt adds flavor, you know. But if you want to cut down on salt, use less salt, half the salt that you normally would, or something like Mrs. Dash, you know. We have our croutons all chopped up. Oh, it needs a bigger. See if I have a bigger plate. Yes. I'm going to put it in this big pan. See, it holds it better. Okay, so you add your oil. You add your salt. And you add your garlic powder. Oh, something just dropped. My Tabasco sauce just dropped. Now, you add your, you can get the package open. You add your garlic powder. And get your spoon.